Yeah, I take it, sort of following from Sartre, but adding something to it. This notion of freedom, but not this like recklessness. And this is sort of what the Black tradition gives us that Sartre can easily slip into, but I don't think he was doing, was that we think about freedom as our capacity to do something or our capacity to not be limited by something. And a lot of times when you're reading sort of the Black tradition, freedom is not this capacity to move unfettered in the world, but it's this notion of finding a space where you can be at rest with all the chaos around you and to ground yourself in something that is ephemeral, but is fundamentally true for you. I think about existentialism as a kind of mining of that reality of a kind of powerlessness. If you take like a Camus view, kind of powerlessness in which there's indifference surrounding you. And yet, no matter what you do, the world may be indifferent to you and your suffering. And yet you still find fundamental meaning in the world that's not related to that suffering. And it's also not kind of where you evade reality by becoming delusional either. And I think that the French and German existentialists, for me, because I didn't intuit them, seemed that things could sort of go abstractly, really quickly, as a way of evading that reality. But if you take, Richard Wright or any other sort of Black writer, you get the sort of pressure of the immediacy that I always felt. So the pressure to conform in a way that didn't really give anything valuable to me. Because, a lot of times the majority folk can be pressured to conform without realizing they're being pressured. But if you are Black and in the Western world, this pressure to conform, you feel it all the time, and you know it, and you know it's conformity, but you also know that conformity is a kind of destruction. And so that makes your freedom so much more immediately present all the time. And questions about your freedom become immediately present all the time. And you're always having to answer those questions. And so existentialism becomes this real sort of intuition for me about freedom, about noticing that you exist in a world in which you don't really ever fade into the background, that you're always sort of, as Ellison would say, hypervisible. You're always somehow noticed for some aspect of your identity. And so there is no hiding from that reality, and there is no evasion of reality. You're just sort of in the water, and you have to swim. And this, just really quickly, this gives, I was reading Plato's Republic, and one of the people he's debating at the very beginning is asking him, if this thing that you call philosophy is always a search, how do we know if we've ever gotten to the answer? And Socrates says, we don't know, but I take it like this. Imagine you're dropped in the biggest, body of water, and you see no land around you. You got to pick a direction and just go. And that's but that made it so much more concrete going through the Africana tradition, that you don't know if this is going to be successful, but you got to pick a direction, and you have to stick with it and be responsible for whatever consequences and just go. And that's sort of how I think about existentialism.